All right. Start this shit up, man. I got some morning wisdom. Or it's not morning.
Nice.
You feeling that joint?
I don't think you've ever turned the AC on before.
No.
We're usually just hot up in here.
I be trying to. The motherfucker be blowing hard as hell. I be in there cold and shit. So that's why. Since you over there blocking it for me, man. Hell yeah. What was the? I had a. Oh yeah. Okay, so today's wisdom was the bull doesn't speak in meetings. It clears the field for when it's time.
It's deep.
Yeah. Don't ask me what the fuck it means. Just
That was my next question. What
nah.
the fuck
Yeah.
does that mean?
I don't got the answer.
Read it one more time? Actually, no. I think we can make sense out of it. I think we can. I think the universe was speaking to you in some way.
Break it down, brother.
I forgot what you said. The bull.
The bull doesn't speak in meetings. It just clears the field for when it's time.
Yeah, that's too deep for me.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I fuck myself up, man. But yeah, man. Episode 15 or 16?
It's episode 15.
15?
Yep, we're on 15.
Hell yeah, man.
I think your hand almost went in my mouth.
Yo, man.
Not really. It was like close. It was in the vicinity.
We had to retake this whole shit.
No, I think we're good. Apologies for last week to all of our viewers. The camera just shut. I don't know what happened. It ended at like 35 minutes, so.
This guy.
It wasn't me. We were riffing. That was probably the best episode. You guys probably missed the best. Like right when the camera cut off, the best shit we've ever said happened.
Man, I gotta go rewatch
It was well, you'll never see it because the camera turned off.
Right.
But it was like the best. It was so good. Yeah, I think so. We were going. Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Well,
So sorry to the viewers.
we'll do our best to try to reenact episode 14.
Hell nah.
But what's good, Shaun? How you been, man?
I've been good.
How was your week?
This week was pretty good. It was pretty chill. There was I did another one of them basketball games, which was. It's funny because these guys that I shoot for, like I told you, they're like a semi-pro league, so they're really fucking good, you know.
Okay, yeah.
And they've like smoked everybody, and then they were like, "Yeah, this is a big game. This is a big game." You know what I mean?
This one I thought you was a coach. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I was like, you coaching the Harlem Globetrotters? Okay.
No, hell no, I couldn't be a coach. But so this is like the big game, like we were kind of working up towards. You know what I mean? Like a big like landmark kind of like moment or whatever.
Okay.
And in my opinion, like the star player got injured immediately, like just like kind of collided, hit the ground or whatever. His leg was done.
Damn.
And it fucking sucked because they lost the game. And this was like the big, you know what I mean? Like imagine like watching like a movie, you know what I mean, leading up to like the big game, and then it doesn't work out. So it was like there was a lot of good plays, but like that was kind of a bummer. But there'll be more because I'm gonna shoot for them again like next week or something like that. Then
So it was like one of the movies where like everything's going good and then the star player.
he was, and I kept thinking he was gonna come back in, but like he was like, because I was like, you know how you start to question like people's injuries when you watch like games and shit like that. You're like, well, are they hurt? Or are they just like taking a break?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I think he did get fucked up. And I was like, that sucks. And then like there was two other players that are pretty good that weren't there that day. But so just like the cards weren't in their favor or whatever.
Okay.
But because it's fun to watch them win, especially when you're shooting for the winning team. You're like, hell yeah, you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right. You about to get some
and then
dope
you get,
ass
like,
shots and
yeah.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
man.
you never want them to lose when you're shooting for them, especially. So there was that. I think that was Friday.
What's the name of that? Shout out to, give him a shout out, man.
Whoo, boy. I know the guy's name. No, it's Get Money. That's the name of the team.
Okay, shout out to Get Money, man.
Yeah.
The team, Shaun
can't remember
coaches / shoots. Boys. Little do you know, man. You giving them film to watch, and so you kind of like a coach.
I
Man.
think basically, I'm kind of telling them what to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, like I'm recording the process, like, and then I'm showing it to them later. Like basically, any of their accomplishments are because of me.
Because they had to
really
go back and rewatch.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh yeah."
Thanks, Shaun. Coach.
Except for that's not what I sent them. I only sent them highlights. So it's just like nonstop the best moments of them. Yeah. No, there ain't no coaching involved. What else was going on? There's Juneteenth, which you didn't attend.
Yeah, it's funny you attended and I didn't.
Well, I had to be there because I was working. But
I had to be there too because I was black.
it was kind of like every single person I know was there. Like it was like everybody was there. Yeah, it was.
I was looking at people's stories. I was like, "Fuck!" It was Juneteenth today, but it was on Father's Day too.
Yeah,
but it was the whole weekend too, though.
Which was weird because, like,
was it the whole weekend?
Yeah,
or was
it was Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and not Friday.
I don't think so.
Okay, just Saturday and Sunday. Okay.
But I was gonna say it was like, I don't know. I did think about it like before I went down. I've been to Juneteenth before, like like 5 Points, But I never thought about like, and the only reason I thought about it is because somebody else said like Happy Juneteenth, and I was like, do you say
you
that?
wish people that?
I don't know.
Yeah, like if you black, ain't no niggas wish me Happy Juneteenth yet. I don't wonder why, but it's crazy you getting hit with this shit.
I didn't. No, I didn't. That's what I was saying is I heard it before I went down there. You know what I mean?
You heard somebody heard it.
Other people saying it. Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I was like, I didn't know you'd like say that or whatever. So, it was somewhere in the back of my brain, right?
Okay. It
But
needs
when
to
I
be
went
said
down
more.
there, no one said it. Everybody said Happy Father's Day to each other. So like I got hit with Happy Father's Day like several times.
You're not
I
even
ain't
a
got no
father,
kids.
Yeah, I almost sent you Happy Father's Day, but I was like, hold on, son ain't got no kids.
Oh yeah. Ooh, now you're making me feel bad.
For not sending me? It's all good, man. Better luck next year, man.
You're like, don't forget. Don't forget next year.
My birthday's coming up, so you can make up with that. But fucking, we need to start saying that shit more. Happy Juneteenth. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I don't know how
Like
how
just,
deep
just
are
like
we gonna
black
get?
people, like within our circle, we need that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, this is like.
And maybe you can say it to like other.
But doesn't that sound weird? Or maybe not for me, but like a white person. Doesn't that sound weird?
Yeah, from a white person, yeah. I'm be like,
That sounds
quit
weird.
fucking playing with me.
Cause remember what this day?
Right. I'm like, you trying to be funny, you son of a bitch. Shit, I'm be pissed off. I think it's some kind of inside.
Yeah, that's
deep
what I was
joke.
like, and I'm in between, so I'm like, I never really know, like, you know what I mean, like where the safe space is.
Not that you can tell somebody like, especially if you're down there like, hey, Happy Juneteenth. People would appreciate it. People would receive it well, and shit.
Nah, I don't know. That's not enough for me.
Nah,
I don't know.
give it a try.
I'll wait till next year.
Yeah.
All right. Can't wait to get beat up next year.
For saying Happy Juneteenth, now they need their ass whooped. And shit, whoever whooped your ass, they need their ass whooped and shit. But not being able to receive kind words.
It's just, but it's you know what I mean. It's like such a weird. I don't know. Like I was saying, it's a touchy subject. So I'm like, because it's not
it can
like,
be.
well, like, cause like Christmas is the day you. So like if you fuck up and somebody doesn't celebrate Christmas, you're like, oh, it's just the day that people get gifts, or it's the day that like Santa Claus comes. You know what I mean? You can say it's like a happy thing, and oh, sorry, you don't celebrate it. I didn't mean to say that, but like, I don't know.
I think I told a Hispanic Happy Cinco de Mayo before.
Oh, that's a good point.
So it's like, yeah. It's just,
That's a
hey,
good
man,
point.
shout out to you and y'all. It's like what it represents. To me, I don't got no funny intent.
Wait, no. Well, hold on. What if
A white person says it, then
Yeah.
it needs to be checked immediately.
All right. So the moral of the story is, just don't be white. I mean,
Insane shit.
try not to be.
Yeah, try not to be white and say happy, not your holiday and shit. Like even like
Play it safe.
Happy Hanukkah. Can you tell a nigga that? Can you?
I wouldn't even know when it is though.
I know it's like at
Unless
the
you're-
middle.
It's
December.
like around Christmas, but
Yeah.
it's not during Christmas.
It's like the 17th or some shit.
Well, it's also like very long. It's like several days long. It's
Right.
like Happy Eid is kind of like that. Like
What is that?
for like Arabs or sorry Muslims or whatever they like my like my family they like fast like during like Eid and stuff like that.
Eid?
I don't know how it works, but
Are we talking about Ramadan?
yeah,
Oh, that's another name for it?
I think Eid is when it's over. Eid is
Oh.
actually happening right now. A form of it.
You don't
See-
say.
Don't ask me. I don't know, but I
Huh.
know what's going on,
Okay.
and so I don't know if you're supposed to like recognize it or not.
Yeah. I don't know if we supposed to recognize this.
I don't know.
Well, happy holidays
We're
to
not supposed to talk
everybody.
about any of this. Yeah.
We need like more cheer around other people's holidays. It seems like it's more cheer around all the white holidays and shit, and all the greetings and gentle kind words are being said. Like Happy 4th, Happy Veterans, Happy Memorial, Memorial. Shout out to y'all.
Shout
But,
out to y'all.
but that ain't. I don't think Memorial got a color. Memorial Day. But I think it started out white, then ended up mixed.
Well, yeah, probably.
It's just like all holidays.
I'm trying to remember the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day. I don't know. That's kind of weird. We do celebrate a lot of stuff we don't know the meaning behind, but like we make our own meaning for it. I think
barbecues.
that's what. Yeah, everything's a barbecue. That's what I feel like. The 4th of July is like the easiest to celebrate because you're just like it's fireworks and barbecue, right? Like everybody's cool with that.
Right,
And then if
yeah.
anybody's like, "Do you know what this is about?" and you're like, "It's like the country.
Right, America.
It's about America." Duh.
America.
So you don't have to like go
Fuck
real
yeah.
deep. You don't have to go real deep. Yeah, you're just like
Yeah.
you're like, hey, we're making glizzies.
It's
Like
about saying fuck those fucking fucking out of towners and saying fucking yes to America.
out of town. Do you know how fucking funny that would be if they called like the immigrants or whatever like out of town?
Like that's what country people do. You fucking come from out of town, come all the way down here to our country.
Fucking out of towners.
Fucking out of towners, you come down here fucking up our jobs. These niggas ain't. These niggas coming here getting tech jobs and all this shit. Some shit these country motherfuckers ain't never aspiring to do is shit. They over here magic taking our jobs.
Out of towners.
Goddamn out of towners, man. Moving up Silicon Valley, man. They're coming. I'm sick of it. It's America. Do American things. Like, boy, if you don't shut your dumb ass up and
That's
go
what I'm
pick up
saying.
that
From now
raccoon
on
off
is
the side of
out
the road
towners.
and shit. Them country motherfuckers is gross. You just said it like they like all that. Well, one of the comedian jokes like was surrounding fucking each other's cousins and shit. and, like, they all thought it was a hoot.
10 episodes. 10 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Arkansas. That was that will never leave my mind. Yeah. That was
Yeah.
like they was like making some incest jokes. They were like, "Oh, that's you. That's you."
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, you got me. Like, what the fuck? Sick son of a bitches. But then got the nerve to not like black people and shit. Like, we don't like you. How about that, nigga?
I think my little bit of experience in the South, though, I think it's like kind of scattered. You know what I'm saying? I don't
What,
know.
the racism?
Yeah, because I think it's like because some of the places in Arkansas that were like that, where they're just like real like kind of weird behavior.
Uh-huh.
It was everybody. It wasn't just like one race or whatever. It was everybody. But then like some places like real South, like Georgia, I was like I didn't see it, but I was like I'm pretty sure it's going on down
Well,
here.
see, you got to walk down there next time with black skin.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's
And,
what I don't know. That's what
right.
I'm like. I think this. But I mean, like at the comedy shows, like
That's where you feel it more. Right now, they're like, is he one of us? They can't really.
well, there's like a lot of black dudes in the casino, and where the
Oh,
comedy
that was
show
looking at you kind of crazy?
No, they weren't looking at me crazy at all. There was just like a lot of black dudes in the casino, so I know that they're all like kind of, you know what I mean, in the same proximity.
Okay.
It wasn't like that. So like in the comedy show, which only held like a small amount of people, it was like mostly white dudes making like very crazy jokes. But then like if you go like literally like 20 feet out the door, it's
Oh, a whole bunch of black people.
it's all like black people, white people, whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's all like very mixed out there. So
Huh.
I think they're all kind of living the same experience. I think.
Yeah.
Is there racism? For sure. You know what I mean?
Right. But some of them is not as. Huh. So you're
No.
saying, like, there's some niggas out there fucking their cousins, too.
Oh. Kevin Gates said he was.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. He's from the South. All right, yeah. You might be right, man. Shit. Nasty motherfuckers. It's just the South. Because, yeah. That's who I started hearing about, like, motherfuckers picking up roadkill and eating that shit. And I'm like, man.
That could be happening. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I heard from black people. I'm like, you do it too? I'm like, come on, man. Like, you setting us back.
You do it too.
Come on, man. I thought it was just them, man. You making us look bad too, man. You ain't
yeah,
never had
but,
no raccoon? No, fuck no, man. What the fuck? Fuck would I eat that for, man?
Well, it depends on what it was. Also, I probably wouldn't do it, but like, all right. So how's this? Like, I think it's Utah and I think parts of Colorado. Like, when like people hit deer, like they're driving and they like run them over or whatever.
They'll eat it.
Well, no, they the state, or I might be explaining this wrong. I think the state or the county or something like that
Mandates you eat it.
that
You
would
better
be,
eat that shit. You read it?
That's better than what I was gonna say. No, I think people like they're in some sort of like draw or whatever, and so like if a deer that's eligible to be like eaten or whatever like gets hit, then they'll call them up. They'll come pick it up. It's the same thing as like hunting a deer. You know what I mean? Like they'll get it. But the only difference is it was like hit by a car instead of like shot by a
So
bullet.
there's like a raffle for like a hit deer. They're like, hey, we got a deer up here.
I think so. But I mean, at least it's not
Oh,
just.
that's some bitch's mine. And they go racing up there.
It
But hurry up, we
sounds-
call Jim.
It immediately sounds grosser when it was killed by a car, right?
It does.
For some reason, I don't know why.
Because I feel like it got tire on it.
Yeah.
And
Or
like,
like
oil
It's like
or
bruised
grease.
and like I don't know, something
Well, then it might be tender.
something happened to it. Yeah, like it didn't
That
die
might be
right.
some tender meat.
See.
You hit some, you throw a steak up against a car.
The fuck?
I think that motherfucker gonna come out tender as shit. You run a good filet mignon over. With
It could
with
actually, yeah, if you cook it right away. I don't know. It does seem
with a
weird
Jeep
though.
Wrangler, you run that
to-
bitch over. Like,
gotta be the
damn,
right
how
car.
did you get this meat so tender?
Could you imagine if like you ever seen how like when you buy meat it says if it's like wild caught or like farm, like like whatever raised whatever. If it told you what car it was hit by.
Nissan Massive. Like, oh. That means he got struck by the legs. And okay.
Okay, yeah. It's like
Dodge Ram.
I think what would be the ideal car? I feel like a diesel truck would be best because just like a wall coming at them, and just or maybe that's the worst because they'd be destroyed.
Yeah, that's probably.
You want something small like a Prius.
That'll probably be that stew pack like that.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be
The little tenderloin pack for stew.
it's all cheap. It's all separated.
You got hair in it.
You don't know what it is.
The fuck? What else is up there, man? Fucking R. Kelly. They trying to kill R. Kelly.
All right, yeah. So,
All right.
no, because I was like, I only read the headline, so that goes one of two ways. He was is he on? Okay, well, tell me what you know before I say what I say.
Okay, so what I heard was that this nigga was claiming that motherfuckers is trying to kill him. He went with proof that they trying to kill him. I forgot what kind of proof he had, but I think one of the proofs was like an actual inmate saying like, "Yo, I'm trying to kill him." Let me stop. But nah, an actual inmate was like, "Yo, somebody hired me to kill this nigga," type shit. And so, there was that. And then like 2 or 3 days later, this nigga got rushed to the hospital for an overdose on medication that like the facility is giving them and shit.
The facility is giving him?
Yeah, the facility gave him too much
Okay.
dope and shit. The facility fucked him up, essentially.
Okay.
Because essentially, they're the ones that monitor your drugs and all that shit.
Yeah.
Unless he's just in there getting fucked up. But they're saying that this is the medication that they gave him and shit. They accidentally gave him the wrong dosage or whatever.
Oh, so somebody admitted to that. Because my first thought was...
No, yeah, either.
My first thought when you hear somebody overdosing, like in prison, is that they've been saving up their meds. You know what I mean? So they like, kind of hide them
They
under
can
the
do
tongue
that,
or whatever.
yeah.
And then
I've seen that.
And then take them all at once and try to overdose. I mean, I have no idea what R. Kelly's like kind of mental state is, if he's like trying to kill himself type of thing. So I don't really know there. It sucks though. It sucks that he did what he did because like I really want to like
Just say fuck him.
Well, no. Just say fuck him?
Yeah.
No, that's the conclusion that I came to. I really
Oh.
don't want to say just like fuck him because like you know what I mean? Like he gave the world like such great like music and entertainment and stuff like that for like years, and then it's kind of like, well, shit. Now it's all fucking. You know what I mean? Now it's all fucked up.
Yeah, some of the songs you're like, who was he talking about?
That is true. You look back and you.
Like,
There's.
you're in Dora in the background and some of these. Did this nigga sample fucking My Little Pony?
Yeah.
I gotta play this back.
What? So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think somebody's trying to kill him, or do you think he's trying to kill himself?
I don't know what the fuck's going on with Kills, man. I think some of it might be true, and then another part of it is like this nigga cannot stand jail, and he's trying everything to get the fuck out of there.
Well, he's got 20 years, right? So
Damn, is that because I did want to look up how much they gave him? They get that nigga a dub.
I think so. I think he's not getting out till he's like 60 something.
Damn, son.
And at that point, he's probably lived the most amazing life you possibly can.
Yeah.
Up until how old is he now?
I think he's like 50 something.
So
he's gotta be.
If he's 50, then he's not getting out till he's 70. So
That's tough.
he's lived a life. I mean, very, very few people have lived, and like like done more than necessary. But like, so yeah, he might just be like, yeah, I'm done. I'm ready to check out. Like I lived like the best life I possibly could, or maybe not the best life, but the like the most the maximum of what he could, I guess.
That nigga's 58.
Oh, he's already 60.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be 80 when he gets out.
How long did this nigga get? So you sure he got 20?
I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. Pretty sure it was 20 though.
That is crazy work. R. Kelly is sentenced to 30 years. Was it 30? Or I see 20. I'm seeing 30. I'm seeing 30. I don't know. God damn, them is hell of a numbers.
That's a long time. That's a lifetime.
That's how I knew prison wasn't for me. Like some dude.
Prison wasn't.
When I was locked up in the DOC pod, when they lost me and
Yeah.
shit, I was seeing dudes coming back from court and shit like, man, if they just give me like 8 or 9, I'll be cool with that and shit like.
Yeah.
8 or 9 years, nigga?
Yeah.
Like, hell nah. I can't be satisfied with
I know. Yeah.
that shit will never come out my mouth. Like, if they just give me 8 or 9 years, I'll be cool. Just as long as they don't give me double digits. Like, nigga, anything. I was crying when they gave me a 0 to 2. I said, what the fuck does that mean? Nigga, when do I get out? Nigga?
Yeah, I'm in the couple of days field. That's probably my maximum.
I'm in that bitch panicking. Yeah, even if I know I'm about to get bonded out, like I'm still in there. Like, yeah, can I use the phone? Please, can you check to see if anybody did anything for Rice?
No, I know how that
Like,
feels.
sit down. We'll call you when you're ready.
When the door closes, or like, have you ever been on a stalled elevator?
Think so. Yep.
I
Yep.
feel like if you were, you'd definitely remember because
Now
like
the other day I was.
as
Well,
soon
not
as
the
it
other
like
day, but,
as soon as it like stops working, the elevator starts to feel real small, like real quick. You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, like
Okay, that didn't happen. I don't think I was stuck long enough, but
I've only been stuck like twice,
yeah.
and it was like, and it reminded me of like my my little stint in juvie, like. And I was like, oh, the door closed, and you're like, now I can't go anywhere, and I got to sleep on the concrete, like. And
Is
then
that how you process that?
well, it's
that
just like,
moment.
it just
when you
feel
was-
like now I can't escape. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I don't
Nah,
know what I'm trying
can't
to say. I'm just
escape.
saying like, 8 years of that, 20
yeah.
years of that, like.
I got too much life to live, man. Like I got too much shit to do. Too much shit to show.
I don't even know if I have too much shit to do. I just know that I wouldn't want to be confined. Like,
Yeah, facts.
Sue.
Even if I didn't have shit to do. Yeah.
I will not do any crimes that require that much time, ever.
No, facts for real. That's why. I kept my. Like I had some friends that was committing like big crimes and shit. Like these niggas like stealing cars and shit.
Yeah.
I remember one time, I did kind of want to tell the story. Statute of limitations probably up now. This shit probably like.
No, everybody can still be arrested. Assume everybody can still be arrested.
I know, right? Well, fuck it. This is hella years ago. I was like 18.
This is a fictional story that he's gonna make up. Go ahead.
That part too. Okay, so I'm in the DOC pod. Remember, I meet this one dude in there. He's fucking older as hell. He's older than me and shit, but probably like only by a few years. I'm probably like 18. He's probably like 26 or some shit. So he's in there telling me like how he got all this bread and shit on the outs and shit, and then they're like motherfuckers always got some stories and shit about like how good a life they was living and shit before jail and shit. And sometimes them motherfuckers like you want to sit down and listen to them shits and shit. And so he telling me all kind of shit about how he used to like get hella money off of like getting safes and shit, breaking into houses and robbing safes and shit. And I was like, oh yeah, and shit. And so
Yeah, that's some real like fucking Ocean's 11 type shit.
yeah, I was like, damn, this nigga different.
Safes? Like, yeah. Like, I'd break in and, like, steal your fancy silverware or something. I don't know what I'd do. Something out of your fridge. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know.
I'm like, you recognize fine art. That's I like that,
You know what I
man.
mean? Yeah.
Okay. Now, so I'm like, safes? Okay, this nigga different. Shit, like, yeah, he on some Ocean's 11 shit.
Yeah,
I'm talking
next level.
Yeah, I'm talking one of the big dogs and shit. Long story short, we both get out. He get out, I think, before me and shit. I do my time and ROP, I do like a year and shit. So this like a whole year later, we end up getting back in contact. I don't know how I found this nigga. I wish I never would have. But I'm like, yo, remember me? You like, oh yeah, man, I remember you in jail and shit, man. And cause you always used to say I had a glow to me and shit, like Bruce Leroy and shit, man. And shit. I was like, all right, cool and shit. You like, man, you gonna be somebody, man. You got a glow about you, man. Something. So I was like, all right, yeah, man, this dude taking a liking to me, man. He robs safes. Like this like
He's smart.
He's smart, man. Like this guy, he knows his shit. His shit. So we get back in contact. He's like, hey, man, I got a job for us and shit, man. He's like, we're going to go out and shit and go hit some houses.
It is Ocean's 11. What the fuck?
But it wasn't.
I got a job for you, yeah.
And so he's like, we're going to hit some houses. We're going to get some safes. So I'm like, okay, hell yeah. Now it's time for me to start living some of that fine life he was talking about in jail.
Yeah.
And shit. He picks me up in the car. We ride out there, and I just stay safe. I ain't gonna say the city, but let's just say this is a white city. And shit, we was tripping going out here, and shit.
All right, so you're in Highlands Ranch.
Damn near, and shit, even whiter, and shit. So fuck it, nah, cause I'm scared. Like, that was you. All right, so now I ain't gonna say. So let's just say we by the mountains and shit.
Okay, all right.
There's hella mountain range and shit, like from north to south. But
mountain range in Florida, sure, whatever.
Yeah, no, it was Colorado. No,
no, it's right back over here. It's just 2 blocks away.
So we was tripping going out here. Let me just say that, and we out there, and long story short, we start getting into people's houses and shit. And we're not finding no safes, though. And shit, I'm like, man, where do you usually find these safes and shit, man? I'm thinking, like, it's really the movies. I'm looking, like, behind pictures and shit. Like,
yeah. It's like a small family photo. Them at the beach. Nope.
It's not here either. It's not behind the dog photo. So we just end up stealing a whole bunch of stupid shit. Like shit.
Silverware.
Started stealing like PlayStations and laptops and shit, just rummaging through they shit now and shit.
Yeah.
And so like we hit a couple houses. It came to like the third house. And like I'm creeping in. And like, cause like we go in through the garage and shit. And we got a gun and shit too and shit.
Wait, together you have one or
yeah, together we just got one gun. It was his gun and shit.
Okay.
He brought it.
So he got a gun.
Yeah, he had a gun and shit. And I was holding it though.
Yeah.
And see, I don't know why.
So he's got to pull it off of you.
Nah, like somehow I ended up with it. I don't know how.
Because he's smart and he's been to prison and he knows what's going to happen if you get caught. He's like, oh, he had the gun. I was just,
I
I
know,
came
right?
in here to see what was happening. What are you doing? You're not robbing safes, are you?
He probably was that smart and gave my stupid ass the gun. So I got the gun. And so we're going into this house, and like we're going in through the garage way and then through the garage into the house type of deal. So we're in the garage, and I'm walking through the house, and I'm walking through, and I turn around and look to see where he's at, like see if he's right behind me, and he's not. He's still in the garage, like. So I'm creep back out. I'm like, what? He's like, yo, you ain't see that motherfucker right there on the couch? And I'm like, no. It's shit. And next thing you know, all you hear is you motherfuckers or some shit. And I'm like, oh shit. so I look at him. This nigga hopped the fence. I'm like, oh shit. So I hopped the fence too, and I got on like a hoodie just like this. So like, this is where the gun is. So when I hopped the fence, the gun is. So I hit the fence and the gun slides out. It's just I like, man, fuck it. Cause this white dude sounded big as shit. I didn't see him.
Yeah. If somebody said, you motherfuckers, you know it's like a... It's
A
like a,
big
it's, like
ass-
a, it's like a dude on the rowing team.
Yeah, or like the
You motherfuckers.
it's like the foreman on the job site or some shit.
Yeah, he's gonna fuck you up.
Hell yeah, bro. So I was out of there. So especially when I seen he was out of there, I was out of there. So I'm hopping fences, and like it's just like nonstop fences that I'm hopping and shit. Like I'm accidentally like falling, like jumping into ponds. It's like little ponds, like people's backyard ponds and shit. And I'm just hopping fences, and then we get to his car, and then I'm like, man, I'll drop the gun. It's like.
By the way.
Yeah. He's like, man, you gotta go get that shit, man. I was like, man, that shit is gone, bro. He's like, man, you gotta go get it, man. They got both our fingerprints on it. I'm like, you son of a bitch. And so I go like kind of like try to like walk a little sneak back to where it was and shit, but then like I seen like the white dude like standing on the sidewalk on the phone and shit. I'm like, yeah, that gun is gone. And shit.
Oh, damn.
So I try to go back to where he was in the car. I don't see this nigga and shit. So I'm like, where the fuck did he go? And shit. And so next thing you know, I'm hearing sirens and shit. So I'm like, fuck. So I'll go hide under a car.
You might as well have got the gun at that point.
Nah, fuck that gun. Hell no. So I'm hearing sirens and shit. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm scared. So I had to hide under a car and shit. Man, I stayed under that car for like 4 hours and shit, probably for real.
Could you see what was going on?
A little bit,
underneath
because
the
like
car?
we hopped so many fences that like
You were kind of a ways away.
yeah, that the crime happened all the way down there now.
Crime.
Yeah. So I'm all the way down the street now, but like I hear like police and shit like walking around and shit, and I don't think nobody walked towards me and shit, but like I hear like motherfuckers driving and walking and shit.
Yeah, there's like activity.
Yeah, activity
going
and shit.
on.
Hell yeah.
Was the gun recovered? Was there any?
I assume. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And so the fuck happened, man? Fucking oh yeah, so I'll stay under there for like at least 3-4 hours and shit. And so finally I'm like, all right, I think the coast is clear. So then I start walking down the street and shit. And while I'm walking down the street, and it's like 3 in the morning by now too, like 4 in the morning by now and shit. And so when I'm walking down the street, cause I still don't see this dude, I still don't know where the fuck he went and shit.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking down the street, man, and cause I'm like, this dude, he's not coming back to the car. It's been like 3-4 hours now and shit. So like, I'm out of here, bro. And so I'm walking down the street, and I'm walking down this way. A police car is coming up this way, and shit, and like, I see him zoom past and shit. I'm like, all right, hopefully he don't think nothing of it. Then next thing you know, this motherfucker like flip a bitch and shit. So I started dipping and shit. And I like slide in a bush kind of thing. And like, it's crazy how I didn't get caught because I'm like in a bush and shit. And I see the car drive by and like flashing this like this big ass flashlight and shit. And it just kept driving and shit. And so I stayed there for for a little bit of time and shit. And then my stupid ass, I start like I'm walking through the net because I'm fucking far as shit now, Shaun, type of deal. So I'm knocking on people's doors and shit, asking to use a phone. They like, what the fuck? They see a black dude.
Wait, what time is it?
It's like 3, 4 in the morning and shit.
Oh, yeah, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, I was tripping. And so my excuse is I'm like, yo, I got left out here at a party and shit. Like my friends left me. I was drunk. Like I need to use a phone to call a friend. Woo woo. And so a lot of them, they were shutting their doors and not even answering the doors and shit. And so and I was probably tripping, like bringing more heat towards me and shit. Like we're getting more clues. He's knocking on doors and shit.
Yeah, they were probably calling. They were like, some fucking dude.
Right. And so I remember I was at a gas station and this white dude, like he stopped and like filled up his car and shit. And I was like, hey, excuse me. And then he was like, yeah. And shit, and he's like looking to see where the voice came from and shit. And I waved my hand. He was like, oh, and like hurry up.
It was the dude from the house.
yeah, right. But
Not these motherfuckers again.
yeah, long story short, man, I ended up like walking to a grocery store. And I remember I asked one lady, I was like, hey, how far is downtown? And she was like, oh, it's only like 15 minutes that way or something. I was like, downtown Denver? And she was like, oh, no. She was like, I'm talking about downtown. I was like, fuck. I'm in a whole different downtown. Remind you, I'm like 18, 19 and shit, man. So I'm not even thinking like there's that many downtowns and shit in Colorado and shit. I knew there was another down. I was like, I'm that far? What the fuck? So then I end up going to a grocery store and I used the same little script on like random people, and finally one dude was like, yeah, I'm going to work right now. I work off somewhere in Denver and shit, and he dropped me off on Colfax and Monaco, and I was in time to go to work and shit. And I went to work and like I worked as hard as I could that day and shit. I was like, I don't never want to do no shit.
I'm making real money. I'm making legit money today. Shit, I think I've had a similar experience. Not nearly as like much stuff going on or as funny or whatever, but like I fucking let me check the time real quick.
All right. And I still never found this mother. I still never seen this.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, what happened to him?
I don't know.
That was the last time.
Hell yeah. I think I talked to him like on the phone years later, but I was like, man, fuck you, man. You a horrible influence, nigga.
You're also kind of a bad criminal.
Yo.
I think if anybody's watched anything that we've done, like we realized we're both really bad criminals. That's exactly that's the story I was gonna tell. I had something really similar happen, but this was like back in high school, and it was a friend was like, oh god, we were such bad people. But he was like someone he knew from like another school, like miles away, had like come into some money and like put all this shit into his car and stuff like that. And so we were gonna take it.
Okay.
And we drove by like a couple times, like earlier in the night, just to kind of look at it or whatever. And we're like, okay, we're looking at the stereo and like the aftermarket parts and shit like that. And then we went and we sat at like a Denny's for like a little while to wait for it to like get a little bit later, you know. And by the way, his car was trash that we were driving. I didn't have a car at all. So like the homie's car that we were, you know, gonna do our big crime in, his car was trash. So it gets kind of late, probably around 2 or something like that. We pull up. We were good at doing the crime part. Like we just like could like get in real quick, like silently, like remove everything, get it into the other car or whatever. And this feels really bad, like saying this shit, but then so what we were gonna do was he was gonna turn off his car. We were gonna like slowly, because it was like a very like kind of quiet neighborhood, like kind of a nice neighborhood, you know. And then like roll up. We were gonna grab all the shit and then put it back in his car, and then we're gonna take off or whatever.
Okay.
And so we do that. We do everything. Everything goes well, but then his car won't start. And
Hold on. So you get the
we
items.
get everything into his car, but his car won't start back up. So we're just sitting out there, and we're like, fuck. And then something we did ended up making his car alarm go off. We were able to break in without it, but then like his car alarm started going off for some reason. I can't remember why. So I just start pushing the car, and he's like staring, and we're just trying to get it as far away from the house as possible. And we found like a little hill, so like we were like, okay, cool, like dope. You know, I jumped in the car. We rode down the hill like as far as it would take us. It ended up taking us like pretty close to like some like water, shit like that, like a little park or whatever. We get out because we can't get the car started, so we're like, okay, we gotta like head back home. And since we were in like a neighboring city, and it was like 2:00 at night, we just had to walk. And I remember walking the whole time, and we were just bummed as fuck. Like we were just like we were thinking like that was karma. Like we probably deserved that. Like, you know what I mean? I walked all the way back home for however long it took, maybe hours, I don't know. I got into my house. I went into my room. I laid down on the bed. My head hit the pillow, and my alarm went off, and I had to go back to school, like immediately. And I was like, "Fuck!" And we went to school. I had not slept because we were trying to do crimes all night. Yeah, and so I had not slept at all. I went to school or whatever, and then we was like, "I got to get my car, man. Like all that shit's in the fucking car. We got to get out of there."
Oh yeah.
So I was like, okay. And so he gets his mom, and he's like, yeah, my car broke down. Like, I don't know what fucking story he said, but it didn't make sense, especially for a high school kid.
Right.
Whatever the fuck he said, it didn't make sense. And we drove. She drove us down there to go pick up his car because we were gonna get it towed or something like that. And we drove past the house where the car was, and it was like a lot of cops, not like a little bit, like a lot of cops. And we're like, oh shit, like, and his mom was like even was like, I wonder what happened there. Jeez, like something crazy must have happened there. We're like, I don't know. And then as we get closer to the house,
driving, Mom.
As we get closer to the house, she was like, "What were you guys doing down here? Like, why are you even like? Why is the car?"
Piece it together.
Yeah, like it didn't make any sense. Like your car stalled at a park, like fucking 50 miles away from your home. Like, what were you guys doing over here? Like, it didn't make any sense.
Right.
Anyways, we had to get the car towed and like this and that. But there was like a lot of adventures in that car. But I remember that sinking, terrible feeling, like getting back home, trying to go back to bed, and then I gotta immediately the alarm went off to go back, and I was like, I didn't even do the crime right. Like I wouldn't even, nothing came out of it. You know what I mean? Like we're trying to do crimes. We're so bad at this. Like
Cause same with me, man. Like my stupid cap burglar ass was fucking. We was putting
stealing worthless shit.
I mean, we had it all in pillowcases. I don't even know what happened to it. I left them pillowcases there, man. If it were up to me, I would have went back into those homes and like started putting shit back and shit, man. Like,
just organized. Just broken and organized their
That's
shit.
how thankful I was for like getting away with that shit, man. I gotta look at the statutes of limitations for armed robbery.
I know it feels really weird, like because that was a crime for sure, a crime. It feels weird to like talk about it. No.
And now FBI is gonna be on my
That was a
door.
long time ago, though. And I'm making things up anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's all fictional.
Right.
Are you looking up statute of limitations?
Yeah.
Like, it's
I'm gonna be on
35 years.
Right. Now I'm gonna be on the fucking list.
Love how the podcast is like destroying our personal lives.
Yeah, it is, man. It's all good. Oh, it's 10 years. Whew, thank God.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was Boulder.
That's funny. I should have guessed that. I didn't guess that. I guess somewhere else.
For real?
Yeah, but
What you think, Fort Collins?
I don't want to say where because then I'm going to sound like more of a criminal. I
Arvada?
think. No, I think because see, it's a city that you won't guess, and me knowing that there's money there is going to make me sound like it's a criminal.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So
Huh.
I'm not going to say. So you guys
Tell me
can
off
guess
camera,
in the
yeah.
comments.
I
Yeah.
want to know. Let's plan another safe heist. Shit.
We'll record it. It'll be episode 16. Yeah.
Being All right, guys. So right now, when
We're breaking into the house right now. Everybody be
very,
quiet.
very quiet. I don't even know how the fuck we were gonna get the safes. Oh, I don't even think he knew how to get the safes open. Yeah, right. Exactly. He didn't know how to get them goddamn safes open.
No,
The fuck was he gonna do? Put his ear up to the goddamn. Put a stethoscope in his shit. Oh
yeah,
man.
if he didn't come equipped, I think he didn't know, and I think he was like talking big to get you out there, so he could like put you. Bro is.
Yeah, man. My
Up to no good.
stupid, gullible, following ass, man. That's what I get.
It's no good.
No good in the hood. Well, I didn't plan on telling that story. What else? What's on the board?
I definitely didn't plan on talking about. I mean, even though my story didn't sound like that bad, it's bad in my head.
So did y'all get away?
Yeah, we never got in trouble. I could tell you. So I'll say we did that shit a lot, and like there was some very close calls, like scary close calls. I remember one time. A friend was driving me home. I'm leaving out a lot of details on here. Friend was driving me home. The cops were already at my house. He was like, hey, it was my drug dealer friend. I didn't deal drugs. Like, we talked about that. I wasn't good at it.
Okay.
But it was my drug dealer friend. He was like, oh, the cops are at your house. He was like, I'm going to drop you off right here. And he was like, I'm going to turn around. And I was like, okay. And I was like, shit, what the fuck? Cops at my house. So I go up, playing innocent. Oh, what are you guys doing here? You know, must be checking out the neighborhood. And
Hey, officer.
they were talking about a bunch of shit that got stolen, and then they were asking about that same guy that I was with at the other thing, and I was like, no, I haven't talked to him in months, which was kind of weirdly true, which made it easy to lie because I wasn't lying.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I was
Right,
just
right.
like, no, I haven't talked to him in months. You know, this and that. And so they're like, okay, well, you know, he's like in big trouble for some things, some shit that got like stolen, this and that, or whatever, And I was like, yeah, I don't know nothing about it. And they were like, well, he's not at his house. Do you know when he's going to be back? This and that. Don't know anything about it. Can't help you guys. And then I was like, well, you know, if it's cool with you, like, I'm just going to, you know, go inside or whatever. My dad was out there, like, talking to the cops, and I guess they had been for some period of time, right? I go into my bedroom. Bro, I go into my bedroom. All the stolen shit they're talking about is piled up in my bedroom. It's like surrounding me. I'm looking out the window at the cops, still talking to my dad, trying to figure out where it all is. That shit was crazy. Like,
Hold on. So all this stolen shit.
I had it. Me and that friend had
Split
taken
it?
it months before.
Right.
But the investigation was, I guess just starting out. So they were like, when was the last time you talked to this guy? I was like, oh, it's been months.
Uh-huh.
So I could lie truthfully, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
But,
but
like,
it was all being stored in my bedroom.
right. And so when you got down there, it was missing?
No.
Oh, it was
had
still
been
there?
in my bedroom the entire time. They just
Oh.
never went inside the house.
Oh, okay.
Had they gone inside the house or gone inside my room, they'd be like, oh, all the shit that we're looking for is right
It's
here.
in here.
Like,
Yeah.
just piles of, like, stolen shit. It was fucking crazy. Like, I remember at that moment, I was like, I can see them outside my window, and some of the stuff was, like, the electronics or whatever, like, tall enough that they were, like, covering the window, you know what I mean? And I'm like, they never came and checked in here because
You
they're looking
stealing
for the wrong guy.
speakers and shit?
Tons of shit. Yeah, just all kinds of electronic shit. Anyways, I just remember thinking that, and I was like, nah, I've like flown too close to the sun. Like they're like at my house, like right out my window. Like,
Oh,
I'm
okay,
fucking, this shit's crazy.
that was a-
I got away with it.
that was a close
okay.
call?
Yeah, and I was like, no, I'm fucking,
That was one of your
because that would
little
have
close
been
calls?
bad. Yeah, that would have been really bad.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But it was just, yeah, I don't know, just that moment was so crazy.
So, are both your parents Asian?
No,
Which one's Asian?
my dad is.
Okay.
My dad's Asian. My mom's Native American.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
kind of a weird mix. Yeah.
And your dad's Japanese?
Yep.
Okay.
No, if both my parents were Asian, I'd be like a doctor or something.
I know, right? Yeah. You would not be hanging out with me. For real. I got I know some full-blooded fucked up Asians and shit. Asian fuck ups.
I feel like it's rare, yeah.
Yeah, it's rare.
All right, I think
Especially with the men. The females, you catch them. Like they end up getting with like a black dude that fucked their life up and shit. But the male Asians, full-blooded Asians, they usually succeed all the time, man.
yeah, well, I think it's like I would say most full-blooded Asians, they got the tiger mom or whatever, you know what I mean? Like just with the
Tiger mom?
Yeah.
Is that what they call them?
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, I know. I didn't know that's what they call it, a tiger mom. That's
Yeah,
It's
with
kind of tight. But go ahead.
Oh, just the parents are like super fucking strict.
Right, right.
Like the other like my like distant whatever relatives or whatever, you know? Like they're all like that. Like all of my cousins on my dad's sister's side and shit like that, they're all dentists, doctors, psychologists, like things like that, psychiatrists, like they're all like
Damn.
but also like I've hung out with them and they're socially fucking retarded. Like they can't like just hang out with people.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, they're like if you were to see like my one cousin who's a psychiatrist, you would probably think he needs to go see a psychiatrist to be a normal person, because you'd be like, this kid's so fucking weird. Like he can't even just
Right.
like everything is shocking to him. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
yeah. So
Yeah, man. Fucking Yeah, no, it's rare. Fucking. And then like even the full-blooded Asians dudes that I do know that like aren't super like successful legitimately, like they like still successful streetwise type shit.
it's like know math really well, so they can deal drugs at a higher level.
Right, they all like hella good drug dealers and shit. Like, damn, man, all got nice cars and shit.